and now we just accept male-dominated society as something that is like naturally occurring.
Y'all just always want to blame the bitter baby mamas.
I posted an Instagram story. So I used to block all my followers except him off my story. And
who had a really bad temper, we would get into fights very often.
Males are powerful, males are dominant, males run the natural world, when in reality, you could easily argue that females do.
My experience having a girlfriend as a passport bro in Medellin, Colombia. Heck, we even go to church together, if you can believe that.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to make sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into it.
This might ruffle a couple feathers, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you're dating a man that has kids and he's never with those kids, who's going to tell her? It's not the mom. I can tell you that.
Presumptuous.
Because most moms want their kids to see their dad, unless the dad is dangerous. Even then, supervised visits, baby. So he's not seeing those kids because he doesn't want to. But nobody's ready to have that conversation. Y'all just always want to blame the bitter baby mamas. My son's father has stood him up 3 days in a row now. 3 days. Also, another red flag is if they don't have any of their kids' stuff at their house. No toys, no clothes, nothing. Honey, run. Okay?
Does a woman's behavior play any role in how she's treated by men?
Yeah.
So why are people so quick to blame the man when things go wrong in a relationship?
Because the men are supposed to be the breadwinners. It's easy to blame them.
Because women don't like accountability, women don't like being wrong, and nobody holds women accountable. They enable women, so it's easier to blame the man, like always.
It's not always the guy's fault, but people are quick to judge the guy faster than they are the girl. So
why is that?
I don't know. People just perceive men bad.
They do.
And I don't agree with it, but that's just how guys are perceived. So
there are good men out there. You just gotta
find them, pick through them.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
You see, this here was just an attempt, successful attempt, to bash your baby daddy, right? It's not all about the bitter baby mamas. You know what it is? Women always have to throw their dirty laundry on social media. Like, why am I able to react to you right now? I remember that happened back in the days, right? Dealing with modern women in the West. Why should I be angry? Why every time something goes wrong in the home, it's on Facebook and people at my job, my friends, my family sees all about it.
Crazy, I swear I don't love the drama. It loves me.
It's a problem.
One time a guy had told me that he was still in love with his ex. And I carried on dating him. Listen, don't even look at me like that. We have all been young, dumb, and delusional over a man before, so I don't want to hear it. In my defense, though, I went on this long cleanup campaign afterwards, trying to get me back and tell me it was a mistake. I mean, he was lying, so, it's still bad, but I was tricked. I'm a victim of fraud, if anything. Also, hey girl, you are chatting with Chisholm, and we're all friends here, so let's talk. When I was in uni,
this was her loving toxicity, right? She's seen that. It's what she's not telling you as a personal challenge, which a lot of women do. If a guy doesn't come across like he has girls or has feelings or, of course, he shouldn't be doing that, right? Some girls wouldn't tolerate that, but a lot would. The toxicity. Let her finish.
One guy used to only ever message me or pay me any attention if I posted an Instagram story. So I used to block all my followers except him off my story. And I cry all the time. I would post things just for him to see. Yeah, I did. Just hoping that he'd see it and DM me so we could have a conversation. So one time, I was supposed to be going on a date with this guy. The day comes around, he doesn't confirm, he doesn't text me. So even though I hadn't heard from him, still got up, got ready, outfit, hair, full beat, sat by my front door like a lunatic, waiting for him to text me back.
Her taking off this makeup is freaking me out, right? Her eyes went from shining white to dark. It's like, it's weird. And it's wild because she would look decent without it, but it's looking weird because she looks better with it. It's, you guys know what I'm saying.
So I could set off. And he never did. No, actually, I lied. He did text me maybe an hour after we were already supposed to be at the restaurant, telling me that he wasn't gonna make it. Some of you men are wicked, you know. Why would you even do that to someone? When the day of judgment comes, I don't know how some of you men are gonna answer for yourselves. So I was on a date once. I'll tell the full version of the story another time, but basically the guy made an excuse to leave the bar we were at and told me he was gonna be right back.
I gotta talk about it again. I don't know why she wears makeup, right? She looks fine without it.
Let's just say 4 hours went by before I went home. Listen, let me know if you want to see a part 2. I've been embarrassing myself for a long time, so I've got plenty of stories.
And that's what women love to do on social media. Embarrass themselves. Well, congratulations. You played yourself.
I was just reading this post on Reddit, and so many of the male commenters are saying that they don't really open up to anybody, but especially not women. And when the OP was like, well, you know, not even your girlfriends or your wives, like, isn't that the point? And the guys were like, no, like, there's 100% chance that shit will be thrown in your face later. And it made me think of one of my guy best friends back in the day who had a really bad temper. We would get into fights very often. And he would always approach me and apologize. And I complimented him on that once. Like, you know, you always make amends in our relationship, so that's why I forgive you and we just move on. And he was like, well, part of the reason I'm willing to apologize to you is you never bring it up again. I'm like, of course not. Why the fuck would I do that? People do that? And years later, I had a male roommate who pulled some like that on me. I had told him something, like confided in him about something, been vulnerable too soon into the relationship. And we got into a fight like 2 weeks later and he threw it back in my face. And I kid you not, I broke my lease and moved the out. Like, I was like, what the My green flag is I will never low blow you in an argument like that. And if you do that you're whack. Actually, watching this back, I realized whack isn't the most productive descriptor. Emotionally abusive. You're emotionally abusive and you need to fix that shit.
Wow. I can't lie. I side with her. That guy was a man, right? I've done it, but not in that way, especially as a best friend. He did it like he was in a relationship. He did it like a woman. Like, even in a relationship, I don't do that, right? Now, why would he do that the way he did it?
They're in the friend zone.
Of the men that want to get to know me.
That was your roommate. I respect her for breaking a lease. Like, you got to get away from people like that. I think as a man or woman, you shouldn't have people like that in your life. And just overall, it's going to ruin you, right? When you're around someone and they're bringing up every little thing, it happens with women. But when it's your friend, oh no, I can't be your friend anymore. Let's go on.
My Roman Empire is that when male scientists were observing animals, they impressed their own notions of what power and patriarchy is onto those animals. And now we just accept male-dominated society as something that is like naturally occurring.
On the temperamental dimensions where there is most difference between men and women, the difference isn't of massive magnitude at the center of the distribution. So for example, women are less aggressive than men, which is, by the way, why they try to commit suicide more often, but are much less lethal in their actions. That's one example, but there are many examples. If you draw a random woman and a random man out of the population, the probability that the man will be more aggressive is 60%. If you bet on the man, you'd win 60% of the time. That's not a walloping difference. It's not 95% of the time. You know, it's a difference that is substantive, it's significant, it's measurable, but it's not large.
And like genuinely think about lions for a second. We like call lions like kings of the jungle, blah, 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 blah. But we know that a lot of male lions don't actually do a lot of the hunting. In fact, it's the female lions that will kind of take care of him and keep him around. And scientists said that, hey, if there's one adult male per tribe, that must mean that he's in charge. And they thought that like, oh, because he's the male lion and he's breeding with all these females, that means he's the alpha. Instead of looking at it a different way and being like, this is the male that these females collectively chose. You know what I mean? Like, there's really two ways to view things, and scientists in those early days, they took what they knew. They took what they thought about power and what they thought about sex and what they thought about males in general.
You know what she's not realizing? She broke down the dating market. All the women want the devil worshiper. They're all devil worshippers, 666, right? So what happens is, look at the date market, all of the women find themselves with the same guys. So therefore, a lot of guys, women want this, this, and that. And guys like, I'm not giving you this, this, and that. I want to take you to Cheesecake Factory. I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. But I don't want a guy to take me dating anyway. I want to date the guy that doesn't want me, right? Let's all go for that one guy. That same lion that's not hunting, because the female's doing it for him, right? And knocking down everybody. Same thing happening in real life. It's wild, but humans are just like the animal kingdom.
General, and they put that onto the animal kingdom, and they make females seem kind of like docile, kind of passive in this process, when in reality males in the wild compete for female attention, and they think that they're doing that to express their dominance, express how powerful they are, but what it actually is they're competing for access to females. So what I'm hearing is that females have inherent value, whereas males have to prove their value.
You did research.
That's what I'm hearing.
No, it's the same thing in the animal kingdom. You just broke down the whole date market. And then women wonder why the date market has piss in it.
But that's not what science is going to tell you. Science is going to tell you males are powerful, males are dominant, males run the natural world, when in reality, you could easily argue that females do.
Relentless. That's it, I'm done.
No. Females run, guys run relationships. Men run the market. Facts.
My experience having a girlfriend as a passport bro in Medellin, Colombia, been so fun. I met this girl at the park while she was walking her dog with her mom. If you can believe that, I approached her. We've been going out since. We've been going to clubs together.
So he met her in the park when she was walking a dog with her mom. Bro, you probably found a good one, right? He didn't see her in whole clothes on the strip walking up the block. He seen her walking a dog in the park with her mom. I just want to break that down.
Going to restaurants together. Heck, we even go to church together, if you can believe that.
This is the way.
Life is good, man.
Woo! Congratulations, brother. You found a good one. I love the way you met her. I love what you explained y'all did together, right? Because she wanted to do those things. You know, it was wild. Actually, I'm going to get into that next video. But I'm happy this brother found his happiness. And you can find it too by getting out and seeing the world and exploring things as it comes, right? You got to kind of move with the flow when you go to this country. I'm going to get into that in another video too. But guys, this is it. Thanks for watching. See you next video.
This is the way.
Passport bro. Passport. No.
Answers come.